Hi everyone, so today I'm doing a piece that was actually conceptualized by my boyfriend. He wanted me to do some kind of similar thing to my flowing galaxy dress piece but with a butterfly. So obviously that's not a fully fleshed out idea, so I turned it into this and I made it so that there's a transfer of the sky and the galaxy colours between the flower and butterfly, so I hope you like it. So I've stretched the watercolour paper onto a tile and I did a video on how to do this a couple of weeks ago now, so I'll link that in the description and put it in the cards in the top right, so if you're interested in seeing that, I have done that. And then I sketched onto this paper with my new, what are they called, Col-Erase pencils by Prismacolor, and I'll probably be doing a review on those shortly. I just want to use them for a decent amount of time so I can do a full review and I can compare them to other brands of erasable coloured pencils for sketching. And then I inked it with, what are these? 1 second, let me just get them. These are the Zig Millennium pens. It's in 0.3 and it's in brown. They're really waterproof, they're really good. They're also Copic proof if you want to use alcohol-based markers with them. So that's pretty good, and they're meant to be archival, so always nice. So I just painted on the blue background. You could see I did several layers of that. I kind of made the mistake of using a granulating pigment in the background, so it's not very flat. But it happened, and there was nothing I could do about it, so I guess I'll just have to enjoy the texture, because it's there to stay. Here I'm just doing shading with a quite neutral grey, just so that I can do more flat washes on top of it with adding shadows. You can also see that I've got masking fluid on the butterfly for where the stars will be on the galaxy part of it. These aren't very new, these are water brush pens I have, but I haven't used them much. And I haven't used them in a video before, so I think I will do a review of them. I don't use watercolour that often, so I'm going to need a bit more time to use them and formulate a full opinion on them. But I do really like them, I think they're really good, and I've owned Derwent ones, and I think it was Pentel Aquashes, and I think these are basically the same to me. In fact, I think the brushes actually are fraying less than those. And this came in a set of 6, so 3 different sizes of rounds and flats, and it came with a little daisy palette, and it was £8, so that's basically the cost of maybe 1.5 of the Derwent or Pentel ones, so that's pretty good. And these don't have a brand, of course, because they're just some random cheap ones from Amazon. I think they're pretty good. So now I'm just laying down some kind of slightly light and desaturated rainbow galaxy colours on the petals. And then I'm shading them because the flower's glowing from the inside bit with a similar colour to the background blue. Just a slight different mix of colours, but it's pretty similar. I just wanted it to be slightly different so there was a bit of contrast. But not too much contrast because you're not meant to be focusing on the tips of the petals. That's not the main focal area of the piece. Now I'm just deepening up those petals, the ends of the petals, with some more paint. This is a slightly darker colour, but obviously because watercolour has transparency, it doesn't need to be darker, but you need to put more on. But this doesn't just create shading, it also creates the like transfer of the normal dark sky bit from the rainbow galaxy. It's kind of hard to explain, you'll see it when I've done the butterfly as well. Now you can see that I'm just filling up the internal part of the flower with a load of water because I want it to look like it's really bright but also yellow, so the middle of it doesn't actually have any pigment. I just put a little bit of yellow watercolour around the outside, then blended it with my brush to make it look like it was glowing. Now I'm painting the blue part of the galaxy onto the butterfly's wings. And this paint was a nightmare to make flat, and I'm not really sure why. Again, probably just using pigments that I didn't check the leaflet for to realise that they're granulating or behave differently. And I'm really sorry if you can hear the rain coming in on the window. It's decided to storm, just decided a voiceover. So thanks weather. So with each wing I had like a different colour scheme. So you can see on the first wing I painted, I had like blue and purple. Now I'm doing red and orange. And I'm just building up those colours so they're nice and intense, make it a lot brighter than the petals around them. Now I'm doing blue and green. And then yellow and orange. No, yellow and green. Now I'm just blending those blue edges a bit, so I'm adding a bit more pigment in as well as wetting it will release some of the pigment off the paper and move it. And then because watercolour can kind of dry with like an edge where it's darker at the edge where the pigment is dried, I just wet the entire wing to make sure that doesn't happen. And then I'm painting the stem and the butterfly's body. Just sorting that blending a little bit more. That was a bit of a harsh edge, so I just kind of blended that way with some water. And now that all the paint was dried, I'm adding a few little details in just with my Polychromos by Faber Castell. So I'm deepening up the corners of the piece, evening out a few of the areas that are a bit uneven, and also deepening just the tips of those petals again. And then I'm colouring in the central part of the body and the antennae so that it looks like there's lighting from below to emphasise the glowing from the middle of the flower. I just blended some coloured pencil on top of the glowing part of the flower just to make sure it was a nice smooth blend. And now I'm removing the masking fluid. And here's a tip for removing masking fluid. If you can have long nails really help. I know you can get like masking fluid removal tools and all sorts of things, but just rubbing it with the tip of my fingernail works really well. And then I'm just going in with my white jelly roll to add smaller dots and also make some of the masking fluid dots a little more circular because sometimes they can be a little wonky. And there you go, that's the finished piece. And I hope you like it. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please give me a like, and if you want to comment anything about the piece or say anything to me, please leave a comment and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching.